All right, we back in the bush, and it's March is over with. It got pretty cold in February, March, and I say cold. It probably got under 100 degrees, and they gave us some green sweatshirts. I never will forget that. Had long sleeves on them. That's the only time we ever wore anything with long sleeves in Vietnam. It was so damn hot that I mean, even mosquitoes didn't come out till after early in the morning. When you was out on ambush, uh, and about the only time you'd be bothered with mosquitoes at night time. But anyway, we back up and they come along and they tell us that I don't remember what month it was, but that we was going inside up to North Vietnam, and of course we was search and destroy, and all we done the whole time we was there, except for the 90-day operation in An Hoa, was that we roamed the DMZ. I mean, we just you know roamed the DMZ, and that's all we done. And places like Con Tien, I mean, that was our rear, And but anyway, they tell us that we're going inside Vietnam, and I don't remember what month it was, but they come up and they gave us some what they call long rats, and it was MRIs. But they were long rat is where you heat your water up, and you got a big plastic bag, and you got the food in it's dehydrated, and you pour your hot water in there, and the food soaks up the water. And I want to tell you something. There's a lot of difference between a long rat and a sea rat. A long rat is damn good food if you're used to eating sea rats. But anyway, we go up, and we're inside the in North Vietnam, and it's another place we're not supposed to be. And we look around, and everything is green there. I mean, everything is so green. We're used to dead grass and just isolated hills that didn't have anything, no vegetation at all on them. Due to Agent Orange, I'm sure. But anyway, this place is just green. I mean, it's completely green, and I'll never forget it. It amazed me so much that I tore a piece of elephant grass off and put it in a letter and I sent it to my mother. And I told her this piece of grass came from North Vietnam, and I still got that piece of grass today. Of course, I don't have my mother, but I still got that piece of grass. uh, anyway, it's, like I say, it's April, and not a whole no not a whole lot happened in April. Uh, the people that was wounded in April uh, was Andrews, Steve Lundmark, and Donald Shoemake. I, they were that. I mean, that was a light month for people to be wounded, and I'm thinking that we got uh, what you call a 3-day company R&R, and that was the first time we'd ever been to Quaviet. Quaviet is a place where the battalion would send their companies for R&R. You get one company in there, and they'd have the good time. They'd be on the beach, and we got what air rafts. We call them rubber ladies, and you could take those air rafts and go out and go up a Tonkin, and you'd be surfing it with the wave, and you'd be paddling them things all day long. That rubber on them air rafts, they would well, they're air mattresses. You're supposed to sleep on. Hell, we never did sleep on nothing like that. We was always sleeping on the ground. But anyway, you you work your arms and paddle them, And at the end of the day, your arms under your arms would be so red you couldn't hardly stand to even move them. Plus, you'd be so sunburnt that you ain't used to wearing cut off. We'd cut our utilities off, and wear them, and we'd be so sunburnt we couldn't hardly move. And then about 3 days later, you got to completely saddle up all your gear and walk up the beach and hold security for the next company coming up. Well, the reason I remember it, I had to be in April because of Thomas Saint. I never will forget. It was time for Thomas to rotate. Now, Thomas had made our gun section leader, and people that make your gun section leaders, they put the people in for promotions. And I know it was in March, and I'd been there since August. And I went up there and I seen Thomas. I said, Thomas, I ain't ever been promoted from PFC. And he got to looking. He said, well, Jimmy, I can't believe I looked over you. I mean, you were one part of my gun team. He said, I'm so sorry. So he got me promoted to a lance corporal in April. And then in June, a couple of weeks or not even a month, I got promoted to corporal. I couldn't believe I got promoted that fast. But Thomas took care of me. He was sorry that he hadn't promoted me and everything. He kind of looked over me. I was kind of one of those guys that was there, and I was pretty quiet, and you didn't know I was there. It's like an old Vito. Every time he said, "Well, you wasn't in Vietnam," I said, "Well, I don't know how you can say that, Vito. I was there with you. I remember you." He said, "Well, I can't remember you." I said, "Well," I said, "I was just one of those guys that didn't stand out. I was a real quiet guy." And he said, "Well, you ain't quiet now." I said, "No, I kind of got a little age on me and learned how to talk. I guess I talk too damn much." But anyway, we get through our R&R, and I better stop there because these things get kind of lengthy, and it takes a while for them to upload. I'll talk to you back in the bush here in a minute. Bye.